Okay.
Welcome everyone to another Spot On chat. I'm Rebecca Monet with Zorakle Profiles. We provide profiling tools to franchisors and franchise brokers that help facilitate a right fit between a prospective franchisee and a franchisor. My guest today is none other than Scott Sharkey, the CEO and franchise developer for Sharkey's Cuts for Kids. Welcome, Scott.
Hey, how are you?
Oh,
Good.
I'm Good to see you. I'm so excited to get to learn more about you and to share more about you with folks that are curious as I am. So I actually, we met a couple of years ago, and there were several things that impressed me about you, and I wanted to probe and get to know you better. One of which was you have this incredible business mind. I mean, you are a shark in many ways, but you also have this deep sense of family and family values, including this idea that a franchisee should have work-life balance. But I guess my question is, how have your family values influenced the Sharkey business model?
Well, that's a good question. I came out of college and went to work in a family business back in the day, back in 2000 and, oh, where are we? I'm actually 1986. So I
Wow.
did the 2000s. Oh my God. Like every time I go to buy something online and I hit the drop down menu, I just have to keep going back and back.
Me too.
Terrible. It's terrible. Oh my God. Yeah, I grew up in a family business. I worked with brothers and cousins and grandfathers and my dad. And, to this day, my parents are still alive. And I've always been a family person. I think as I've gotten older, I think you get a little more, I don't know, maybe things change as you get older in life. You see
Hmm.
things differently. But, going back to when Linda and I started the business, um, I don't know, I guess your partner in life, which is Linda for me, is, you have similar values and you find each other. I grew up in a pretty stable family, as stable as anybody else is.
Lucky you.
And it just, I believe in roots. And I think in business, and we'll get into that, I guess, in a few minutes, but you kind of practice what you know. I don't know any other way.
Yeah.
So, I have a younger brother, an older sister, and I don't know, maybe I'm the mushiest one in the family, I guess, as my parents still tell me. But I don't know. It's just my personality, and that's the way I grew up, and that's the way I want to be. I want my kids to grow up. So
Yeah, you
that's
are
important to me.
you are a sentimental old fool for sure. There's no,
Absolutely.
yeah, with this big tender heart. And you're fortunate to have that kind of upbringing because many of us didn't have that same experience. And it has laid a foundation for Sharkies, whether it's folks that you work with at corporate, but even this kind of extended family that you've created with your franchisees and an environment for your customers, the kids and their parents to come and do fun things while they're getting their hair cut. It's all about, like you said, the values that you are expressing through this business model. So to me, it's just fascinating how congruent and how consistent you are as a person in your relationships and also out there in
Thank you.
business.
I would say that, when I talk to people on the phone that are looking to come into Sharky's as a new franchisee, and of course we repeat a lot of the same things because we talk to a lot of people on a daily and weekly basis. But really one of the biggest statements that I like to pass along, or things I like to share with potential newbies, is that, as and what I say to them is, I'm a franchisee also. I have a store here in
Hmm.
Connecticut. So I'm a franchisor, but I'm a franchisee also. And I haven't lost an employee in the 8 years I've been open here. I've added as we've grown. And the running joke is I don't overpay them, so that's why they stay. But everybody in business and in life, but in business, your personality filters all the way, and your values filter all the way down to your employees, to your kids, kind of to your wife, back and forth. And
Hmm.
so it all starts there. It all starts from the parents or how you grew up and so on. And my staff in my shop here in Connecticut is they're all an extension of me to a degree.
Hmm.
Because if I'm rigid and if I'm hard or I'm not a family value minded person, then that's what you're going to get under you in life and in business or even with a partner. So it's not that I practice that. It's kind of my upbringing, I guess, and a testament to my mommy. and,
Thanks, mommy.
yeah, and my dad, and I see that with my kids, so those are the values you want to instill, and
Oh, yeah.
it's hard to teach those to people that are our age, but I like to teach, and as I get older, the teaching becomes more important because I don't know, I don't know, I don't think about it daily, but you get older, and you know, I,
Hmm.
I have this tagline in all my emails. It says, you grow up with a lot of dreams, but you run out of time.
Yeah. And I
And
think you're right. I think it's about leaving that legacy, and the legacy that you're teaching both to your children as well as to your employees is about family and relationship as priority. And the rest is, ancillary to that.
exactly. I mean, a couple of years ago, I think you were there with me. I was at an FBA
Hmm.
conference, and there was a gentleman that gave a presentation on a bucket list,
Hmm.
and I was just so moved and so touched by the presentation. I bought into his model.
I
I bought a
remember.
tractor in Connecticut. Not that I wanted to sell it or help him out in any way, but it touched me so much. And we talk like once every 2 weeks or so, and I help him out with his business, and we share ideas. But I keep a 120-page bucket list next
Wow.
to me all day in my office, at the kitchen table, and those are the things that are important to me every day and every week. And now as I get older, I find my role as a franchisor, other than pitching the brand and so on, but I like to teach people how to fit their business plan into their life plan, not the life plan into the business. And I don't,
Yeah.
maybe that is an age thing. I don't know, but I enjoy that. I really enjoy that side of the business right now.
Wow. I love this. Well, thank you for sharing this. And what I'd like is to invite you back to continue that part of the conversation, because that fascinates me, this work-life balance, this bucket list idea. So let's come back and talk about that in another session. Okay.
Sure, I'd
Thanks.
love
Thanks for
to.
being with
Thank
me
you.
today.
Thank you.